This week's been so hectic. I've rarely had time to, work on these videos. And the time that I do have to work on these videos, I haven't been investing it in them. I've been working over a lot, and I'm 2 days late on posting this, considering I was supposed to have this all done by Saturday. I also noticed that I lost a subscriber and have a few videos with dislikes, but nonetheless, the week's been alright. I'd just like to go ahead and roll out this last video in the OCS Majora's Mask series. There's not a lot to see in the credits sequence besides what's shown. There's only been a couple interesting things that I've found, so instead of the 2-part videos like I originally said, I'm just going to throw out what's left in this series for this video. So starting off, let's go to the Zora's Beach, at this moment where there's not really any interacting with these guards. However, there's a certain point where these boats brush past each other. As for the level, these boats are about the only thing you'll see different from the game. Now let's go to this scene, where immediately the game will throw us into its boss battle with these guys. The interesting part is that during this cutscene, a dark red fog grows stronger and stronger to the point where the game can't even render anything in front of you. Everything's just red. Alright, now let's go to the Deku Palace, where everybody seems to have conflicting dialogue. The king is panicking about his missing daughter, the princess wants you to put her into a bottle, and the guard Dekus discuss the princess's behavior since her return. And this monkey doesn't seem to say anything to you. Here we are at the marriage scene. For some reason, Tingle can't be shot down no matter how close you get to him. We also see that some characters appear to be stiff, and this woman is floating in mid-air. The only person we could talk to is the shopkeeper, and this version of the innkeeper cannot be interacted with in the slightest. She doesn't even have any collision. Here's something pretty interesting. So a lot of people who view this in Dolphin's free look can't seem to tell you where this takes place at. And if we turn on playability, it opens up visibility to the room, and we can see that it's actually the first fairy fountain in the game, and the fairies are stationed just outside this wall. So in this part of the credits, I guess the developers got a little lazy and started making duplicates of this guy and sticking him all around the level. There's about 5 of these guys all babbling in motion during this performance. It was probably done to create the illusion of a large crowd, but we're just left with these guys babbling in unison. So, lastly, here we are at the final scene, where immediately we can see the edge of what would be the background. There's not even as many trees as you'd think in this part. Also, the stump is modeled halfway, which makes sense because you only see one solid angle of it. Epona is actually in the background as well, just frozen in this position. And finally, we can get a look at these spots of light that are surprisingly funneled out pretty far into the sky. So there we have it, the end of the OCS Majora's Mask series. If you haven't seen parts 1 through 3, I'd recommend that you check those out. Now, it's been pretty cool working on these, and we found some pretty interesting things. But I think that there's going to be some more games out there that we're going to find a lot more interesting things. Like, let's say Donkey Kong 64. I don't even know why I said Donkey Kong 64. But I guess that was the first thing that popped through my head. So I'm going to be creating a playlist for the channel, and it's probably going to be this series. This is going to be the first playlist I'll make, and I'll start organizing other videos too. So the next main video is actually going to be an interesting discovery I found for the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker demo in the collector's edition of Zelda for the GameCube. I also have a re-upload coming soon, and a video on ideas for the Gibdo project, so be sure to check those out. All in all, stay safe and take it easy.